Hello and welcome to TTV News with some latest events in TayNinhTV province. Ladies and gentlemen, by 2025, it's tried to have at least 4 districts in the country that meet the standards of disease-free husbandry areas of World Organization for Animal Health and 12 districts by 2030. It is one of the important goals that the husbandry and veterinary sector nationwide needs to focus on.
According to the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, accumulated up to now, the whole country has over 2,200 breeding facilities and areas certified to be disease-free in 55 provinces and cities, particularly for TayNinhTV province. After 2 years of implementing the husbandry development strategy, Human-Chau district has been certified disease-free area for avian influenza and Newcastle disease in the country, and 9 common-level disease-free zones for foot and mouth disease in the cattle in Human-Chau district. In addition, the province has 64 other husbandry facilities that have been granted disease safety certificates. In order to achieve the set targets of safety against disease, Deputy Minister Phùng Đức Tiến suggested that the localities should continue to implement the programs and plans of the government and the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development on construction of placements and disease-free areas. It is necessary to carefully study the regulations of Vietnam of the World Organization for Animal Health and the requirements of the improving countries to develop specific plans and organize the construction of disease-free husbandry chains and areas towards export.
The audience before the development of the COVID-19 epidemic nationwide in general and in TayNinhTV in particular, the Provincial People's Committee had just issued a directive on strengthening the work, prevention and control of the COVID-19 epidemic in the province.
Specifically, the chairman of the Provincial People's Committee asked the head of provincial departments, associations and branches and the chairman of People's Committee of the district, town and TayNinhTV city to seriously implement the central directing documents on strengthening the prevention and control of the COVID-19 pandemic, immediately overcome the situation of subjectivity, neglect and loss of vigilance before the pandemic. And the chairman of the Provincial People's Committee also assigned the Department of Health to assume the prime responsibility for and coordinate with the relevant departments and branches and the People's Committee of district, towns and TayNinhTV city to closely monitor and follow the pandemic situation and to have plans and scenarios ready for all pandemic situations, proactively detect and handle effective outbreaks early, improve emergency, active resuscitation capacity to meet the treatment requirements, ensure the logistic funding for vaccines, biological products, supplies, chemicals, equipment, and human resources for pandemic prevention and control operation, and actively coordinate with specialized units of the Ministry of Health to proactively detect new variants of the SARS-CoV-2 virus. And particularly for the localities, it is necessary to promote vaccination against COVID-19 pandemic and mobilize the participation of local authorities and departments and branches and also the social-political organizations in reviewing, propagating and mobilizing the subjects to participate in vaccination against COVID-19 and especially the groups with high risk.
After 2 years of implementing Conclusion Number 1 of the 13th Politburo on continuing to implement Directive Number 5 on promoting, studying and following Ho Chi Minh's ideology, morality and style, there have appeared many exemplary collectives and individuals with many new models, good ways of studying and following alcohol. In the past time, the promotion of studying and following Ho Chi Minh's ideology, morality and style has been closely linked with political tasks by party organizations at all levels, localities, agencies and units, campaigns, patriotic emulation movements, model and example building in studying and following alcohol. Party committees at all levels continue to maintain and implement good models and innovative ways of doing things, especially support and help in the difficult circumstances in the context of the COVID-19 pandemic. Along with many new models have been developed, such as fair of second-hand goods, trips of youth sharing love, officials and party members writers ripped. To follow alcohol's example, electronic yearbook of emulation movement to study and follow Ho Chi Minh's ideology, morality and style in the Provincial Public Securities Party Committee period of 2022-2027. The context introducing the symbol of studying and following Ho Chi Minh's ideology, morality, and style on social network. Thereby, it has contributed to encouraging the entire party, army, and people to successfully carry out the tasks of socio-economic development, national security, and social welfare in the locality, as well as improve the quality of life and the efficiency of party building and rectification. According to the provisions of the Youth Law 2020, chairpersons of youth committees at all levels are responsible for dialogue with youth at least once a year. In 2023, it is expected that a dialogue conference between the chairman of the Provincial Youth Committee and the youth in the province is expected to be held in June.
This year, dialogue conference will be held with the theme Mechanisms and Policies for the Young People to Participate in the Economic, Cultural and Social Development, National Security. The conference will widely disseminate to young people about the guidelines and policies of the party and the state's laws on the youth care and development. Simultaneously grasp the situation and listen to the opinions, recommendations, and also suggestions of young people to promptly direct and solve the difficulties and problems related to young development policies in the province.
On May 5, 2023, the government issued Decree number 21 regulating microinsurance. The Office of the Youth Committee of the TayNinhTV Province has copied and sent the above decree to the unit that know and implement. This decree was issued with the expectation of creating a stable, transparent, and clear legal framework with specific regulations facilitating the development of microinsurance activities to develop suitable to the needs of low-income individuals and households. Accordingly, microinsurance is insurance products designed and provided towards the poor, low-income people, and disadvantaged people in society with low premiums. Low insurance amount, simple insurance products, easy to understand. When participating in these insurance products, the poor and low-income people have access to financial solutions to deal with risks and losses in life. Decree number 21 stipulates that the maximum premium of micro-insurance products is equal to 5% of the annual per capita income of the near-poor households in urban areas. In the morning of May 11, in TayNinhTV, Deputy Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development Phùng Đức Tiến, together with the Vice Chairman of TayNinhTV Provincial Youth Committee Trần Văn Chiến, co-chaired the conference to deploy the construction of safe livestock chains and zones against diseases. The conference was attended by leaders of some southern provinces and cities, leaders of the relevant departments and sectors. According to a report to the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, from the beginning of 2023 to now, there have been 7 outbreaks of avian influenza A, H5N1 in 5 provinces and cities nationwide. The total number of infected, dead, and destroyed poultry is more than 9,600. The disease occurs mainly in small livestock households which have not been fully vaccinated, particularly in TayNinhTV, in order to limit and prevent diseases in general and avian influenza in particular. The province has implemented the livestock development strategy. This conference aims to promote the construction of chains, especially disease-free breeding areas, to ensure that the export requirements for animals and animal products are met. Conference participants explain and discuss contents related to the development of poultry production, the construction of safe chains against diseases, cooperation in building epidemic-free chains and zones.
In the morning of May 14th, the Red Cross Society of the TayNinhTV Province coordinated with a team of doctors and nurses of the Red Cross Society of Ward 14, District 10 of Ho Chi Minh City to organize the medical examination and provide the free medicines for the people with the circumstances in the commune of Tang Chau District. In the morning, 200 people came to check, and each person who comes to the clinic can get a part of medicines and care gift, including the necessities. The total cost of the program is over 100 million Vietnam dong, donated by the units together and thereby showing the spirit of solidarity, mutual love, contributing to the local government to take care of the people's primary health, especially those in remote areas.
In the morning of May 14, IGC TayNinhTV Middle High Schools held the admission day for the 2023-2024 school year with the participation of a large number of parents and students. At the festival, parents and students can visit the school learning activities and scientific experience, meeting and listening to Dr. TayNinhTVToday, school psychology advisor of IGC Group, share the content around the topic Building a Perfect Future for Children. Exchange with night as teacher TayNinhTV, talented young teacher, loved by his unique English teaching style, combining music and poetry, helping students have more useful experiences in studying English. It is known that in the next academic, IGC TayNinhTV will recruit about 300 students in on-race. Dear audience, recently the area of children in TayNinhTV, as well as many other localities in the country, has increased rapidly. This has made many people worry about the future of children trees because of the potential rise and outputs in the market. The attractiveness of this continuous economic value and rigidity and uncertainty seem to be gripping farmers when making decisions about whether to stick with the crop or not. Reporter of TTV 11 had fact-finding and got answers from the authorities. In Botong Communal District, one of the children growing capitals of TayNinhTV, with a cultivation area of over 1,000 hectares, currently farmers are starting to harvest with an estimated output of about 10,000 tons per year. Contrary to many other places, the price of children not only has not decreased, but is trending up, reaching from 50 to 55,000 Vietnam dong per kilogram purchased at the garden. The price in the last year and this year is the same. The profit is around 700 to 800 million Vietnam dong per hectare. This year, many traders come to the locality to place orders, thereby making the price higher than usual. The consumption market in the coming time, I think if we build a good product, we will approach the world market, then the markets will be expanded larger. According to the statistics of the Department of Agriculture and Rural Development, currently the area of children cultivation in the province reaches nearly 3,000 hectares. The province orientation to 2030 will reach from 5,000 to 6,000 hectares. However, the strong growth in area always entails worries about the price and output of the agricultural products.
Trong vài năm gần đây,
in the recent few years, and it is expected that in the next few years, children is still a good income trade for farmers, especially in the situation that Vietnam has also signed with China. So the official export to this market is very large. The potential for our children development is still available. Especially for TayNinhTV, we have a different weather with the west and central highlands. Our region does not coincide with the large production areas, so we will usually harvest earlier than the central highlands, and the durian quality of TayNinhTV has also been confirmed in the domestic and foreign market, so that the development of durian trees is a strong trait of TayNinhTV. I think it is within reach. Currently, China's import volume is still very large because the decision is alternating between Thailand and Vietnam. Currently, the export is still very good without any problems. The important thing is that the farmers must follow the right process, ensure the right standard, make good products. The opportunity to develop and export to China is very great. From the assessment of functional sectors, as well as the actual market demand, it can be seen that durian turning into common sadness is unlikely to happen in the current period. However, for effective farming and sustainable development, growers need to improve quality, actively link and promote product trade. That's all for today, TTV News. Thank you for being with us and goodbye for now.